History is written in the light, but it is forged in the dark. For every famous battle and public achievement in American history, there is a black project, a program so secret, so expensive, and so strange that it was hidden from the public for decades. Welcome to the Old America Vault. Today, we are opening the heavy steel doors on the projects that officially didn't exist. From flying nuclear reactors to psychic spies and cities hidden miles beneath the earth, we are exploring the shadow world of the U.S. military. These aren't just rumors. These are the blueprints of the unthinkable. In the 1,950 seconds, the line between science fiction and military reality was blurred. Take the Avro car. While the world was obsessed with UFO sightings, the U.S. Air Force was actually building one. A circular, hovering saucer designed to skim the battlefield at supersonic speeds. It looked like the future, but it handled like a leaf in the wind. But not all oddities were harmless. Enter Project Pluto. This was the SLAM missile, the most terrifying weapon ever conceived. It was a locomotive-sized cruise missile powered by an unshielded nuclear ramjet. It wouldn't just drop bombs, it would fly low over enemy territory, spewing lethal radiation in its wake, and then crash as a final dirty bomb. It was a weapon from hell that even the military decided was too dangerous to ever fly. Then there was Tacit Blue, nicknamed the Whale. This boxy, bizarre jet was the secret grandfather of stealth technology, proving that even the clunkiest shapes could disappear from radar. But secrecy had a darker side. Project Sunshine was a gruesome Cold War effort to map the effects of nuclear fallout by secretly harvesting bone samples from deceased infants across the globe. The vault reveals that to protect the nation, sometimes the government was willing to sacrifice its humanity. If the bombs ever fell, the government had a plan. But it wasn't a plan for you. Deep beneath the luxury of the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia lay Project Greek Island, a massive bunker designed to house the entire U.S. Congress. It sat in silence for 30 years, fully stocked and ready, hidden behind a false wall in a hotel basement. And it wasn't the only one. Mount Weather in Virginia remains the ultimate shadow capital. A mountain hollowed out into a city where the continuity of government plan ensures that even if Washington, D.C. vanishes, the bureaucracy lives on. While Area 51 took the headlines, Dugway Proving Ground in Utah became the new center for the black projects. Miles of desert salt flats hide geometric labs where chemical and biological weapons are tested in total isolation. Rumors persist of a subterranean maglev train system connecting these desert bases, a silent, high-speed ghost rail moving personnel at Mach speeds under the American soil. The ocean covers 70% of our planet, and the U.S. Navy wanted to own every inch of it. In the 1,980 seconds, the Sea Shadow glided through the San Francisco fog, a black, angular stealth ship that looked like a floating shadow. It was invisible to sonar and radar, a ghost ship patrolling the coast. But the real secrets were deeper. The NR-1 was the smallest nuclear submarine ever built. It didn't just swim, it had wheels. It would walk along the dark ocean floor, using its massive claw to recover lost Soviet technology or tap into undersea cables. This led to the greatest heist in history, Project Azorian. The CIA built a massive ship, the Hughes Glomar Explorer, under the guise of deep-sea mining. In reality, they were lowering a colossal mechanical claw miles into the abyss to steal a sunken Soviet nuclear submarine right off the ocean floor. It was a multi-billion-dollar gamble that sounds like a movie, but it actually happened. In the 1,960 seconds, NASA wanted to go to the moon. The military wanted to go to the stars using nuclear bombs. Project Orion was a plan for a spaceship the size of a skyscraper, propelled by exploding atomic bombs against a massive rear pushplate. It could have taken us to Mars in weeks, but it would have left a trail of radiation in its wake. As the Cold War moved into the Star Wars era, the sky filled with brilliant pebbles, small, autonomous kinetic satellites designed to smash into enemy missiles like high-speed bullets. Today, that legacy lives on in the X-37B. This unmanned spaceplane spends years in orbit on missions that the Air Force refuses to explain. But we've seen the power of these space experiments before. In 1962, Project Starfish Prime detonated a nuclear warhead in space, accidentally turning the Hawaiian sky into a terrifying neon purple aurora and knocking out electronics for miles. It was a stark reminder: when we play with the secrets of the vault, the world watches. The human frontier, perhaps the strangest files in the vault, aren't about metal or fire, but about the human mind. The Stargate project saw the CIA spending millions on remote viewers, people they believed could use psychic powers to spy on secret Soviet facilities from a room in Maryland. And when humans weren't enough, they turned to animals. Acoustic Kitty was a $20 million project to surgically implant microphones into cats to eavesdrop on diplomats. The project ended when the first spy cat was accidentally hit by a taxi on its first mission. Today, the focus has shifted to the super soldier. DARPA continues to develop hydraulic exoskeletons and neural interfaces, aiming to turn the human body into the ultimate weapon. These projects, once the most guarded secrets in the world, are now just folders in a cabinet. But for every project we've discussed today, there are a dozen more still buried in the dark, waiting for their time to be declassified. History isn't just what we are told in school. It's what happens in the desert, under the ice, and in the silence of space. Thank you for joining us in the Old America Vault. If you want to help us keep digging, hit the like button and subscribe. The truth is in here, and we're just getting started.